The battlefield in northern Syria has grown wider and increasingly complicated and more dangerous. The Kurds, once aligned with the U.S., are now fighting with Syrian government troops against invading Turkish forces. As Foreign Affairs correspondent Nick Schifrin reports, President Trump's withdrawal of U.S. troops from the region is leading to more change than the area has seen in years. And a warning, some viewers may find some of the images in this piece disturbing.
On state TV, the Syrian flag flies over an important northern Syrian city after Syrian troops overnight recaptured this territory for the first time in more than 5 years. Meanwhile, in another important Syrian town, Turkish troops and Turkish-backed rebels advanced. Both cities had been held by U.S.-backed Kurdish partners, but in just a few days, the map of northern Syria is being redrawn. Just last week, the U.S.-backed, majority Kurdish Syrian Democratic Forces in yellow controlled a large area along the Syrian-Turkish border. Now, Turkey in green is moving south across the border, and the Syrian regime in red, backed by Russia, is taking back territory. For Turkey, the goal is to remove Kurdish forces it considers terrorists and establish a buffer zone along the border. It's an operation Turkey long threatened but avoided so long as U.S. troops remained in northern Syria, partnered with those Kurdish forces to defeat ISIS. But those U.S. troops are now withdrawing, giving Turkey a window to launch an offensive that Defense Secretary Mark Esper called inevitable.
We do not want to get involved in a conflict that dates back nearly 200 years between the Turks and the Kurds and get involved in yet another war in the Middle East.
But the U.S. was already in the middle of that war, and by leaving, the carnage came quickly. This weekend, videos posted on social media showed Turkish-backed militias killing Kurdish prisoners on the streets. And residents injured by the Turkish assault ended up in the back of pickup trucks. Washington asserts Turkey will not go unchecked. In a statement this afternoon, President Trump increased tariffs on Turkey, called Turkey's actions setting conditions for possible war crimes, and threatened to swiftly destroy Turkey's economy if Turkey's operation continued. But just hours before that announcement, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan doubled down.
Regardless of the threats and pressures, we are determined to continue the operation until the end. I am stating clearly we will absolutely finish the job we started.
For Turkey's Kurdish targets, they felt they had no choice but to embrace the Syrian regime and invite Syrian troops to provide the protection once promised by the U.S.
We came here to face the Turkish attack and to ensure the safety of families from the random Turkish shelling.
The U.S. military fears that shelling could allow ISIS to resurge. Over the weekend, ISIS-affiliated prisoners escaped. The alarm is being sounded loudest by countries hit hardest by Islamic State terrorism. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas spoke today in Europe.
We are also fearing, and we are seeing it already, that this is leading to a strengthening of ISIS, which we absolutely must prevent.
Caught in the crossfire are Syrian civilians. The UN says 130,000 have fled their homes in what local Kurdish authorities call a humanitarian disaster.
I have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. Where should I go? I'm so tired. I left the house a week ago. Where should I go now?
And it's not clear where the future of northeast Syria goes now either. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Nick Schifrin.